ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Good morning to all. In this session, we have to learn about the other periodic properties like electronegativity and electron affinity. Electronegativity and electron affinity. What is electronegativity? What about the important features of electronegativity? How do you calculate the electronegativity of atom of an element? And what about the calculation of electronegativity? And then significance and applications, means applications, etc., periodicity, etc., we have to discuss. Right. How can you understand the word electronegativity? Electronegativity is the tendency of a bonded atom to attract the bond pair electron towards itself in a molecule. Electronegativity is the tendency of a bonded atom to attract the bond pair electrons towards itself in a molecule. And here, what is the sense of this? And here it is very clear. Electronegativity is the property of a bonded atom in a molecule. It is the property of an atom, of an element. And here let us consider a molecule, namely AB. In the molecule AB, the two atoms are bonded through a covalent bond. That covalent bond consists of a pair of electrons known as bond pair. That is also known as shared electron pair. And here, in this bond pair is slightly shifted towards any one of the two bonded atoms. Suppose, if the bond pair is shifted towards the atom B, then that acquires partial negative charge. Automatically, atom A acquires partial positive charge. Automatically, the molecule become polar. The molecule become polar. And such type of covalent bond is known as polar covalent bond. Polar covalent bond. How the oppositely charged poles? Of course, they may be partial. How the oppositely charges are appeared in a molecule? This is also heterodiatomic molecule. That is due to shifting of the bond pair towards any one of the two bonded atoms. Here, B attracts the electron pair. As a result of that, it acquires negative charge. A losing electron pair, it acquires positive charge. Here, B is more electronegative than A. Now, once again, you have to recall the definition of electronegativity. Electronegativity is the tendency of a bonded atom to attract the bond pair electrons towards itself in a molecule. It is the property of an atom in a molecule. Means it is the property of a bonded atom. And electronegativity is the property without units. It is the periodic property without units. And next one, generally electronegativity is the direct measure of non-metallic nature. And here we have already mentioned it has no units. And electronegativity is the direct measure of non-metallic character. What is the sense of that? Here, electronegativity of a bonded atom can be measured or can be calculated by taking a standard element. Standard element means it is a relative property. Electronegativity is a relative property. Means what? Electronegativity of atom of an element can be calculated by comparing with a standard value. By comparing with the electronegativity of the reference element. That is generally referred as standard element. Here the element that taken as the standard is a hydrogen element. Its electronegativity is equal to 2.1. It is a relative property. It has no units. It has no units. And what about the calculation of electronegativity? Here electronegativity can be calculated by using two methods. By using two methods. What are they? First one, Mulliken scale method. Mulliken scale method. And the second one, Pauling scale method. But recently there is another method was developed, that is Allred-Rochow process. Allred-Rochow process. This is yet to be confirmed by, yet to be decided by IUPAC. Here the first one Mulliken scale method, second one Pauling scale method. Right. What about the details of Mulliken scale method? Mulliken scale method is applicable for only monovalent atoms. It is applicable for only monovalent atoms. What is the sense of monovalent atoms? The elements with only one unpaired electron in the valence shell. Example. Here example. Hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. It is applicable for only monovalent atoms. According to Mulliken scale, the electronegativity of atom of an element is the average of the ionization potential and its electron affinity. Means here electronegativity is equal to electron affinity plus ionization potential by 2. Electronegativity is the average of the sum of the electron affinity and ionization potential. And here there is a problem with this. Generally, electron affinity and ionization potentials are represented with certain units. Then automatically the formula may be changed. So, in such cases, first one, when the electron affinity and ionization potentials are given in terms of electron volt per atom, then electronegativity is equal to electron affinity plus ionization potential by 5.6. Second one, when electron affinity and ionization potentials are given in terms of kilojoule per mole, then electronegativity is equal to electron affinity plus ionization potential by 540. If both these values are given in kilocalories per mole, in such cases electronegativity is equal to electron affinity plus ionization potential by 129. According to Mulliken scale, electronegativity of atom of an element is the average of the sum of electron affinity and ionization potentials of that atom. And here, when the units of electron affinity and ionization potentials are given in terms of electron volt per atom, kilojoule per mole, kilocalories per mole, automatically the formula is given like this. The formula is given like this. It is applicable for only monovalent atoms. And there is an important note. Electronegativity calculated by Mulliken scale is 2.8 times more than electronegativity calculated by Pauling scale. Calculated by Pauling scale. This is about the Mulliken scale, right? Mulliken scale is applicable for only monovalent atoms, and here electronegativity calculated by the Mulliken scale is 2.8 times more than that of electronegativity calculated by Pauling scale. And next one, what about the details of Pauling scale? What about the details of Pauling scale? In Pauling scale, the electronegativity is calculated on the basis of bond energies. On the basis of bond energies. This is the criteria for the calculation of electronegativity. How can you explain? Let us consider a reaction, that is A2 plus B2 gives rise to AB. This is a reaction. Here energy of A2 is equal to E A dash A plus E B dash B gives rise to E A dash B. From this expression, the energy of two AB molecules equal to the sum of the energies of A2 plus B2. Therefore, energy of one AB molecule is equal to half into EA2 plus EB2, or EA2 plus EB2 by 2. And in some cases that is also given as square root of EA2 into EB2. EA2 into EB2. But nowadays this is not in use, and frequently we are using either this one or that one only. And this is the energy of molecule. Which energy? Bond energy of the molecule AB. Okay. Now, experimental bond energy of molecule A dash B is equal to E dash AB. This is the theoretically calculated bond energy. This is experimentally calculated bond energy. Now, this is the theoretically calculated bond energy of molecule AB. Now, the experimentally calculated or experimentally given bond energy of molecule AB is equal to E dash AB. Now, the difference between the experimentally calculated bond energy and theoretically calculated bond energy is equal to delta. Based on this delta value, Pauling was given an expression to calculate the electronegativity. What is that? Here, Pauling expression, modular x A minus x B is equal to 0.208 into root delta. When this formula is used, when delta is given in terms of kilocalories per mole. Okay. When delta is given in terms of kilojoule per mole, then the same expression is given as XA minus XB modular is equal to 0.1017 into root delta. These are the expressions that are used to calculate the electronegativity of atom of an element. Okay, and at very beginning I have mentioned an important point. What is that? Electronegativity is a relative property of atom of an element. Relative means the electronegativity of atom of an element can be calculated by comparing with the standard or reference value. For that we are taking hydrogen element. Here the electronegativity of hydrogen element is equal to 2.1. Right. Look at the expansion. XA is equal to electronegativity of atom A. XB is equal to electronegativity of atom B. Delta is equal to difference in the bond energies. Difference in the bond energies. In most of the cases, atom A is considered as hydrogen and its electronegativity is taken as 2.1. And now, I am giving this information with an example. With an example, there are two molecules, namely hydrogen and X2. Bond energy of hydrogen is equal to 104. 104. And bond energy of X2 molecule is equal to 58. 58. Okay. Kilocalories per mole. And bond energy of HX molecule, that is experimentally calculated, is equal to 100 kilocalories per mole. What is the electronegativity of atom of an element X? How can you calculate? Here, first you have to calculate theoretical bond energy EAB is equal to R. EHX is equal to 104 plus 58 by 2. That is equal to 162 by 2 is equal to 81 kilocalories per mole. This is theoretically calculated bond energy, but experimentally calculated bond energy Hx is equal to 100 kilocalories per mole. Therefore, difference is equal to E dash AB minus EAB, that is equal to 100 minus 81, that is equal to 19 kilocalories per mole. Step 1 is over. Now look at the formula. X H minus XX modular is equal to 0.208 into root delta. Hx is equal to 2.1 minus electronegativity of X is equal to 0.208 into root 19. From that, (2.1 minus XX modular is equal to 0.208 into 4.58. That is equal to totally 0.9. 2.1 minus xx is equal to minus xx is equal to 0.9 minus 2.1. Therefore, electronegativity of x is equal to 3. Electronegativity of x is equal to 3. That is about the calculation of electronegativity of atom of an element. And here this is the example. And next one, Allred-Raychow process. Actually, this Allred-Raychow process. This Allred-Raychow process depends upon effective nuclear charge. And here, electronegativity of atom of an element is equal to 0.744 plus 0.359 into effective nuclear charge by R cube. And here this is the error correction. And next one, Z star is the effective nuclear charge. And R is equal to atomic radius. This is about the methods that are used to calculate the electronegativity of atom of an element. First one, Mulliken scale method. Second one, Pauling scale method. Third one, Allred-Raychow process. What is the basis for the Allred-Raychow process? Effective nuclear charge. What is the basis for the Pauling scale? Bond energy. What is the basis for the Mulliken scale method? Electron affinity and ionization potentials of given atom of an element. This is about the methods that are used to calculate the electronegativities. And next one. Here, what are the factors that are affecting and influencing the electronegativity of atom of an element? Here the first one, atomic radius. Second one, effective nuclear charge. Third one, screening effect. First one, atomic radius. Second one, effective nuclear charge. Third one, screening effect. And fourth one, oxidation states. And the fourth one, hybridization. These are the factors that are influencing or affecting the electronegativity. First one, atomic radius is inversely related to electronegativity. Means what? With increase of atomic radius, electronegativity decreases. And the second one, what about the effective nuclear charge? It is directly related to electronegativity. Means with increase of the nuclear charge, means nuclear attraction, the tendency of attracting electrons increases. Means what? Electronegativity increases. And next one, with increase of screening effect, electronegativity decreases. Screening effect enormously increases the nuclear attraction. Why? Screening effect is inversely related to effective nuclear charge. As the screening effect increases, effective nuclear charge decreases. Means the nuclear attraction of the electrons decreases. Therefore, automatically the electronegativity decreases. So, screening effect is inversely related to electronegativity. Effective nuclear charge directly proportional to electronegativity. Atomic radius inversely related to electronegativity. Okay. But what about the oxidation states? What about the oxidation states? Here, with increase of oxidation state means with increase of the positive charge of the oxidation state increases, electronegativity increases, and the nature of compounds become covalent. With increase of oxidation state means what? With increase of the positive charge of the oxidation states, electronegativity increases and the nature of compounds become covalent. How can you explain this? As the atom loses electrons, the nuclear charge increases and the number of electrons or negative charge of the electrons decreases. Therefore, nucleus tightly attracting electrons means what? Electronegativity increases. As the electronegativity increases, automatically the nature of compounds varies from ionic to covalent. So, here with increase of the positive charge of the oxidation states, electronegativity increases and the nature of the compounds become covalent. Hybridization. In hybrid orbitals, with increase of percentage of s character, here size decreases. With the decrease of the size, the electronegativity of hybrid orbitals increases. Example, we are familiar with three different types of hybrid orbitals, most common. What are they? sp3, sp2, sp. Here the percentage of s character in sp3 25. The percentage of p character in sp2 33.3. The percentage of s character in sp hybrid orbital 50. Here 25, 33.33, 50. S character gradually increases. With increase of s character, the size of the hybrid orbitals decreases. Therefore, electronegativity increases. sp to sp. sp3, sp2, sp. Here electronegativity increases with increase of s character. And we can give another contrast statement. In case of the p character, in case of sp3 75, in case of sp2 66.67, in case of sp 50, what happened to the percentage of p character? Decreases. With the decrease of the percentage of the p character, here the electronegativity gradually increases. 75, 66.6, 50. As p character decreases, electronegativity increases. Means inverse relation. Here, as percentage of s character increases, electronegativity increases. This is about the factors that are affecting the electronegativity. Very good. And now, what about the periodicity? After completion of the periodicity, we can give some statements also. Before that, we have to discuss about the periodicity. In a period, as we move from left to right, atomic radius decreases, electronegativity increases. In a period, as we move from left to right, atomic radius decreases, electronegativity increases. Example, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. Lithium electronegativity 1, beryllium 1.5, boron 2, carbon 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. But the electronegativity of zero group elements or 8th A group elements, what are they? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. The electronegativity of 8th A group elements or 18th group elements or inert gases or noble gases is taken as 0. They don't have tendency of attracting electrons. As a result of that, their electronegativity is totally taken as 0. But here general statement is, as we move from left to right in a period, the electronegativity gradually increases with the decrease of atomic radius. With increase of effective nuclear charge, electronegativity increases. Right. This is about the period. What about the group? In a group, as we move from top to bottom, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Lithium electronegativity 1, sodium 0.9, potassium 0.8, rubidium 0.7, cesium 0.6. As we move from top to bottom, with increase of the atomic radius, effective nuclear charge decreases, therefore electronegativity also decreases. Here atomic radius gradually increases, effective nuclear charge decreases, therefore electronegativity decreases. But here these are the alkali metals. They are highly electropositive. They are strongly metallic in nature. So it is not relevant to discuss the concept or the application of or variation of electronegativity to this group. So we can go through another example. What is that? 7th A group. This is first A. This is 7th A. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. They are electronegative. They are non-metallic in nature. Now we have to compare the electronegativities of elements present in 7th A group. Fluorine 4, chlorine 3, bromine 2.8, iodine 2.5, astatine 2.3. From top to bottom, with increase of atomic radius, effective nuclear charge decreases, therefore electronegativity decreases. That is about the periodicity of electronegativity across the period and also along with the group. Now what about the statements given? What about the statements that are related to the electronegativity? Very, very, very important. First one, objective point of view, very, very important. Element with highest electronegativity is fluorine, that is 4. Elements with highest electronegativity in their respective periods, halogens or 7th A group or 17th group. Element with lowest electronegativity in the periodic table, cesium, that is 0.6. Elements with the lowest electronegativities in the periodic table, first A group, are alkali metals. First A group are alkali metals. Elements with zero electronegativity are noble gases or inert gases or 8th A group elements. Okay, these are the important points that are related to electronegativity. And next one, which one of the following element is taken as the standard to calculate electronegativity of atom of elements? Hydrogen, its electronegativity is equal to 2.1. Electronegativity is equal to 2.1. Next one, second most electronegative element. Second most electronegative element is oxygen, that is equal to 3.5. That is equal to 3.5. Next, metal with high electronegativity, Rm. Actually, you should not use the word electronegativity for a metal, even though we can give the statement. Next, the element with the lowest electronegativity is cesium, 0.6. The metal with the highest electronegativity is Rm. This is about the important points that are related to the electronegativity. The periodic property without units is electronegativity. Which one of the following periodic property is a relative property? First option, atomic radius. Second option, ionization potential. Third one, electronegativity. Fourth one, all of these. What is the answer? Electronegativity. Electronegativity. This is about the periodicity of the electronegativity in the long form periodic table. And next one, what about the applications? Means use. What about the applications of electronegativity? What about the applications of electronegativity? This is very, very important area. First point, based on electronegativity, we can determine the nature of bond present between two atoms. I am repeating once again. Based on the electronegativity, we can determine the nature of bonding or the nature of bond present between the two atoms. What is that? Here it was first introduced by Huygens. It was first introduced by Huygens. And here, first one. The molecule in which electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms, electronegativity difference between two bonded atoms is equal to 1.7. Then the molecule has 50% covalent nature, means the bond has 50% covalent nature and 50% ionic nature. Second statement, if the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is greater than that of 1.7, then the percentage of ionic character is greater than 50%. And the percentage of covalent character, less than 50%. Third statement. If the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is less than 1.7, then the percentage of ionic nature is less than 50% and the percentage of covalent nature is greater than 50%. Okay. Fourth one. If the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is equal to 0, then the bond is pure covalent and the molecule is pure covalent molecule. Electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is equal to 1.7. The nature of the bond is 50% covalent, 50% ionic. Greater than 1.7, then percentage of ionic character is greater than 50%, percentage of covalent nature is less than 50%. If the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is less than 1.7, percentage of ionic character is less than 50% and covalent nature is greater than 50%. If the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms is equal to 0, then the bond is pure covalent and the molecule is pure covalent molecule. But there is no pure ionic molecule or there is no pure ionic bond. And it was given first by Fajans. Here what is the basis for the determination of the nature of the bond present between the two atoms? Electronegativity. Example. Let us consider HCl. Here electronegativity of hydrogen is equal to 2.1 and electronegativity of chlorine is equal to 3 and electronegativity difference is equal to 3 minus 2.1, that is equal to 0.9. This is less than 1.7. Now the molecule is more covalent and that is also known as polar covalent. Okay. Another example. Sodium chloride. Sodium electronegativity 0.9. Chlorine electronegativity 3. Electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms equal to 3 minus 0.9, that is equal to 2.1. This is greater than 1.7. Therefore, the bond present between sodium and chlorine is ionic. And third example, H2, Cl2, O2, En2. These are all pure covalent. How can you say? Hydrogen electronegativity is 2.1. Difference in the electronegativity between the two hydrogen atoms is 2.1 minus 2.1, that is equal to 0. This is pure covalent, means 100% covalent. 100% covalent. This is the first point. This is the first point. What is that? Electronegativity is used to determine the nature of bond present between the two atoms. Here examples. Second one. Based on the electronegativity difference between the two bonded atoms, we can calculate the percentage of ionic character directly. We can calculate the percentage of ionic character directly. What is that? That is known as Haney-Smith equation. Haney-Smith equation. Haney-Smith equation. According to Haney-Smith, the percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into XA minus XB plus 3.5 into XA minus XB whole square. Here XA is equal to electronegativity of atom A. XB is equal to electronegativity of atom B. Percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into XA minus XB plus 3.5 into XA minus XB whole square. Let us consider an example, that is HCl. Hydrogen electronegativity 2.1, chlorine electronegativity 3. Here, percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into 3 minus 2.1 plus 3.5 into 3 minus 2.1 whole square. That is equal to 16 into 0.9 plus 3.5 into 0.9 whole square. Then you can get the percentage of ionic character in the molecule HCl. This is the example. And here the next application, based on the electronegativity of bonded atoms, we can write the molecular formula of the compounds also. How? During the representation of the molecular formulae, first we should represent the molecule with the lowest electronegativity and then the molecules with the high electronegativities. During the representation of the molecular formula, the atom with the lowest electronegativity comes first and the atom with the highest electronegativity comes last. Example, HF. Hydrogen electronegativity 2.1, fluorine electronegativity is equal to 4. So, hydrogen should be represented first, fluorine should be represented last. Second example, H2SO4. Hydrogen electronegativity 2.1. Sulfur electronegativity 2.8. Oxygen electronegativity 3.5. Okay. Of course, there are some exceptions also. As a result of that, this is not accepted completely or successfully by the IUPAC. This is the formality only to give a point. This is about the third one. What is that? Electronegativity is used to represent the molecular formula of the compound. While you are representing the molecular formulae, the atom with the low electronegativity comes first and the atom with the high electronegativity comes last. And based on electronegativity, we can identify the nature of elements. And we can identify the elements or separate the elements as metals, non-metals and also metalloids, etc. How can you divide the elements? The elements with the lowest electronegativities are metals. They are present on the left side of the periodic table. And the elements with the highest electronegativities are non-metals. They are present at the right side of periodic table. Right side of periodic table. So, based on electronegativity, we can evaluate the reactivity of the elements also. Reactivity of elements also. And finally, based on electronegativity, we can identify or we can predict the type of oxidation states given by atom of an element. Look at here. Elements with high electronegativity gives negative oxidation states. And the elements with low electronegativity gives positive oxidation states. Here non-metals and this is metals. Elements with high electronegativity gives negative oxidation states Elements with low electronegativity gives positive oxidation states. Example for the first one, non-metals, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, okay, nitrogen, etc. Elements with low electronegativity gives positive oxidation states. Example, metals, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, etc. Elements with the lowest electronegativities are metals. Elements with the highest electronegativities are non-metals. And this is about the percentage of calculation of ionic character. And next one, electronegativity is used to represent the molecular formulae of the compounds also. This is about the information related to the electronegativity of elements in the periodic table. Electronegativity of elements in the periodic table.